All right, guys, welcome back to the Aunties. I'm Auntie B,
What up, y'all? It's Auntie Cena.
Auntie Keita.
Auntie Shanny.
Gang, gang.
Let's
get into it.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
What up?
Let's get right into the tea.
Right.
So I know that there's this like group on Facebook about like, are we dating the same guy or same girl or something? So, I mean, what do y'all think about dating in the 716? Like, what is it to y'all? Because we be hearing it's always some type of social media drama. I be like, ready with my popcorn every time. But like, so what are y'all takes on dating here in our city?
That explains.
At that point,
Yes, baby. Like I feel like dating in my 20s versus like dating in my 30s is
Totally different, I'm sure.
it's kind of the same, but it's also like
But you changed, right? Like, first of all, because I could say my 20-year-old me could never fuck with my 30-year-old me. That girl is like sitting in the corner like pen and pad. You understand what I'm saying? Right.
right.
So, I mean, what is it like? Do you think it has to do with the age gap? Do you think it has to do with because you're evolving? And obviously, I asked this as a bystander, but I'm curious to know.
I didn't date in my 20s.
Okay,
I was in a relationship. I was in a
Oh, yeah.
relationship since I was 19 to like 33.
come on.
Wow.
So, and then coming out at 33 trying to date was like, what is this? Like, what?
But why
are
do
we
you think it's a
doing?
different ball game? Do you think it's like, okay, cool, I'm in my 30s, ain't nobody got time? Or is it more like, okay, cool, I'm in my 30s, I might have time, but you got to make that time worth it?
So y'all know I like to philosophize.
I like how you put
shit
that.
and make words up.
I
But
like to
anyway,
be- you know what I'm saying? A little
but,
bit, a
so,
little
like,
bit.
My thing is, what I'm picking up on is like everybody is either with somebody, fronting like they not, or damaged. Because I mean,
I do have to add one, or still a child.
Oof, because everybody grew
Well,
up,
are we-
like
do we
everybody
mean
get older,
age
but
or
they don't
mental?
grow up, right? Yeah.
Sir, I have an adult son.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only adult
That man
male
is
that I would
27.
like.
Okay.
and what's crazy is when I'm about to be 37.
Come on.
I said that out loud. Gee, child, I'm about to be 37.
Let the church say, Lord.
88 sound crazy, but
Yeah.
nah, I'm about to be 37. The amount of 23-year-olds, 25-year-olds that try to hit on me.
Mm-hmm. I believe it.
Okay, cool.
I believe it. Because listen, we say now
can't play
listen,
that
we say
game.
our 20s could never fuck with our 30s, but at the same time, this is the better me that I've ever seen.
Yeah,
Physically,
true.
mentally.
I can't say physically, but I can.
No, listen, baby. Listen. It's coming. Cause let me tell you. We tend to think that physical is something that we see because we scroll on Facebook, because we scroll on Instagram. Baby, that ain't nothing but entertainment. Okay? So when I say physically, that physically is because you have engaged it. Right?
Male security. And it ain't about like nothing that you like how we see it. It's like, are you eating better? Are you doing this? Are you doing
That part. And that's what I'm getting at. Right, right.
So
It's just different. And that's what I'm saying. Those things I don't think mattered to me like that in my 20s. Like, bitch, I was just happy I ate.
yeah,
I ate today. Okay?
I'm eating like a 20-year-old
But
right
now,
now.
on my plate at 30s, I'm trying to make sure I got a couple Brussels sprouts. I got a couple carrots. You understand what I'm saying? It's just different.
I eat Chinese food 4 days a week.
But then that's what I'm saying. So that's what I ask y'all.
They struggle, okay?
Do you think that dating in Buffalo I'm not even going to say in Buffalo. We going to cross that out. I'm going to just say dating at this period of time. Do you think it more so has to do with your accountability or
I think
the accountability that you're looking for in your partner? Okay?
so a lot of the men come into it as roles have kind of changed, not how women are so much more independent now.
I like
not
that.
depending on the
Yep.
men. So a lot of men have mom issues or whatever the case. Not
Ain't that the truth?
You're used to getting things.
No, you said what you said, B. We heard you the first time. Cheers. We heard you the first time. Yeah.
Getting taken
Yeah.
care of. So, and some females are used to taking care of, so they're used to that. I'm very independent.
I was always been independent. My mom was my mother taught me, right? I mean, she did what she did with my stepfather. She took care. I mean, not took care of him, but like she was a
She was the alpha,
so like,
right? Come on.
I felt sometimes it wasn't appreciated. So me personally, I was always okay. I'm never gonna give that all, and it's not appreciated. I'm gonna say it's been a downfall of mine to a certain extent. But at the same time, I've always you can't say that, right? I mean, I guess how I feel.
Okay, yes.
You know what I mean? So
I give you that. I give you that.
Mine for being a little too independent.
Yep.
You know, so.
And I do. I give you that. Okay.
But a lot of it is that the women are a lot more independent now, and the men are like, well, you said you can do it. Instead of them, like, just
The step up.
because I said I can and I'm willing to do it, don't mean I should.
Right.
Yeah.
Have to do it all.
Yeah.
Period.
Like I feel
What you got, Shady?
I'm very independent, you know, like being a teenage mom and then having to really like I gotta go hard for my kids. I gotta go just, you know, to give them a better life and so that they don't make me an early grandmother. I've always been independent and I've never wanted to I've never wanted anyone to say like, oh, I've done this for you, I've done this for you.
That part.
My mom said that, and that stuck high with me.
So like, but in turn, I still want to be taken care of. Like, no, like I will change my own tire, but if I have you to do it for me,
do it for me. Because
And
that's
I'm
just
gonna
that
greatly appreciate
pedal off the gas, right? Yeah. No, go.
But I'm appreciate everything you do for me. I'm willing to go just as hard for you as you will for me.
exactly.
But nobody ever wants to go as hard.
It's
You'll
like
sit in the
have to-
car
you
while
have
I'm
to
changing
give
tires.
the energy you want to receive.
Like, what?
And
Well, see, okay, so now let me ask you that because the phrase goes, a woman will treat you how she wants to be treated, but then she will treat you how you treat her.
Come on.
Okay? So I find it in a lot of our, I can't say that again. Okay. I can say that again.
Time for the people in the back.
A woman will treat you how she wants to be treated, but will treat you how you treat her. Okay? I don't think that there is a problem with that because, I mean, what's the rule that I feel like parents try to get through to their kids or, you know, we try to go through with this like soft parenting. That's the thing, right? Treat people how you want to be treated. Okay? Now, granted that all four of us have a plethora, right? We have boys and girls that we're raising, okay? But it's like, where is that median drawn? Because as much as we can say that, you know, we've come up to be these independent women, we obviously got that from somewhere. We didn't just muster up at, you know, 13, oh, I'm gonna be strong, right? We've obviously been watching our mothers, okay, and our fathers for that matter, because don't get it twisted. We say independent, but it's not just for mom. We had to also watch what dad may not have been doing. Okay? So that's why I ask you, do you think that, you know, dating can be an accountability thing that we may not be able to get over? And please, I'm pro-woman. I come to women as women, okay? So I'm not saying this in a way of debate, you know, necessarily. I'm saying it because I'm like, is that a thing? Is that something we should try to look into to better that relationship, you know?
Well, that's what I meant by when I said damaged.
Hurt.
People are so damaged, whether it's
And that's a true statement.
Whether it's from childhood or, you know, something their parents did, or like, you know, I mean, I had to go on a journey. And
you don't realize it sometimes.
And I'm working on a lot. You know, like 13 years of being with somebody that's a long time. I was not
something, dude. Come on.
I was not the same person when I came out at 33. 4 kids later. So it's like I knew that right off the rip, no, I wasn't ready for nothing serious. No, I wasn't. You know what I mean? So it's like a lot of people, yes, it's accountability. You have to be accountable for how you feel, what's going on, what you're thinking. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be accountable for your own healing and your own growth and everything. Instead of coming in like, I just need a man to do this and do that, or I just need a woman to do this and do that for me. So, but that's where I say, like, it comes in, it's like a lot of people in Buffalo, like, if you think about it, most people here that are single, we can talk about across the, you know, whatever.
Across the board.
We can talk about across the board, but I mean, what we do know, a lot of people were in relationships young. Single parent, I mean, young parents, whatever, young, and now they're broken up. And when we loved hard. and relationships were real, and relationships were hard, and you didn't think 13 years later that you wouldn't be with that person.
Yeah.
So now everything that you thought that you were building towards is shattered.
Yeah.
So not
even shattered, what you say, and didn't go as to plan.
It didn't go to plan, but in the moment when it happens, it's shattered. You're broken because the person that you were was really engulfed in that person.
Yeah.
So now everything is completely different. Everything is everything. And then you still have desires, you still have wants, you still have needs, and then all you know is to be in a relationship. You've been in a relationship your whole life.
You're usually that sad kind of person. So now, when you realize it was bad for you, that's all you feel like you could attract. You could get used to. Yeah. So then it's the same thing over and over and over until you really realize and break that cycle.
Yep. Until you. And here we go. We circle back to accountability, right? And like I said, this is not to say that is specifically on the woman, right?
Yeah.
I'm talking about both parties being able to say, okay, cool, I need to change that. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Because now listen, we talk about this in the dynamic because, I'm a married woman, okay? And the same way I speak to you all is the same way I would be speaking to my 18-year-old daughter, at this point. Yeah. And it's not even on a sense of, oh, you should be doing this. You should be, no. Because let me tell you something, Keita rolled this thing out on her own, okay? Shouts out to the hubby, right? Cool. But, because my mother was a single woman, that was my mindset.
Yeah.
I didn't, this whole picture of, kids and the picket fence and that shit came because it came, not because that's what I was gearing towards. Yeah. I just knew I had to make sure my daughter ate. I needed to get to work at 8 the next day, okay? So again, we go back. We say dating is essentially something that two people have to come together to be like, okay, I'll break down for you. And I'm not talking about on the first date, okay? The first date, the first 5 dates are probably more so, am I willing to break down for you?
Yeah.
Okay? So now then I ask, what do you do in that instance where you think this thing is running good? You're like, oh yeah, we getting there. So now you decide to pull down that wall, which let me tell you, even as a married woman, that shit ain't that easy to pull down. That ain't a curtain. It's more like a cement door. Okay, if we're gonna be real about it, right? But that's just all off of upbringing. Come on. So that's what I'm getting at. That's what I ask. Like, what's that veil to you to be like, all right, I lift this door open a little bit. What are those things you need to see?
Like you said, accountability.
But like real accountability, not like that.
Like not.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, not just being said, but actually doing.
Yes, action speaks so much louder.
The specific part though is that Buffalo is too damn small.
Everybody knows everybody.
So he posts something or mentions somebody. Oh, I know. Oh, now all of a sudden here comes all. Whether it's true or not, here comes I just saying so and saying so. And it's like I don't really care.
Yep.
Or the problem is they do.
Or they do. You're right, B. Or they do.
So with that, being said. So with that being said, relationships, dating, and all of that, whatever we agree upon, as far as what we gonna do and how we gonna do it, if we gonna take the time, whatever we're gonna do, what people need to learn how to do is mind their business.
That part.
The outside,
and that's worldwide. From your 15s to your foreverness. Mind your business.
Mind your business.
Like for real. Yes.
Because what I made a post on Facebook not too long ago.
I never had that much money. Okay? I don't send out checks. My kids don't get allowance. I don't do that. Okay? Come on now.
But I made a post not too long ago myself on Facebook that said, if everybody is single and looking for somebody, why is it so hard to find somebody?
Because everybody ain't really single.
That's one.
No, number one, these niggas want to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Could you believe that your true significant other is probably over in Paris right now, like, ooh,
living their life.
When I tell
over a fucking croissant right now, like, damn, I wish Taylor just walked through this motherfucking door. Oh my God, if Edna D could walk through this door, or oh my God, Sina.
Like what?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
At this point, like, I'm just waiting on God.
Heard you. Because can we get a toast for God? Can we get a toast for God? Amen. Yeah, let the church say. Yeah.
God is good all the time.
And all the time,
God is good.
God is good.
Amen. I had your back. Amen. Yeah.
God, listen, when I tell you,
I was mid-tip.
When I tell y'all, like, I went through after like my first breaking up, I went through. I was like, yeah, looking like I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to be in a relationship. I want a relationship, dating sites, meeting people in different places, talk like, and it was like, no, like, you know what? I have healed myself enough that I have the energy for a relationship. And I seen a post that's like, do you have the energy for another relationship? I do. I have the energy for another relationship. But at this point in time in my life, I'm like, yo, between school and work and internship and just trying to, like, I don't know, live.
No, that
I don't have time. And honestly, I don't want to jump into something and I'm like, I don't want it to die based off of I'm too busy.
Hurt. Yep.
And then be like, you don't have enough time for me. And then I'm like, oh, you don't understand me. And it's like,
they'll understand.
But realistically, if you're growing a relationship, it's almost like, and I don't want to say it like this, but the best way I could say it is almost, no, I'm gonna say it like this. Growing a relationship is like growing a garden.
That part.
You plant the seed, you put the time in, it grows, it harvests. Some plants are seasonal, some plants are perennial. They
Just
come
like
back.
that.
So
You
now,
talking that
if you
shit,
got a
Sina?
real husband, if you got somebody, you got a real relationship, that's a perennial. Ain't that yearly?
Yep.
Okay.
There you go.
It stays year round. So if you got a real relationship and you're like really in something, it's going to come back and come back and come back. But you have to put that work in. You got to go prune. You got to do the ground. You got to do that. You pluck the weeds. You do all of that. So it's like, I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah.
I don't have the time to garden.
Well, see, so now here we come.
Though, yeah.
Right.
Now we come back to the accountability, though.
Yeah.
Because now this is the question I pose. Because I'm, and like I said, this is only shit I'm posing because I'm in where I'm in, right? And just being married, that doesn't necessarily mean, oh, I'm Kempt, right? I still ask these questions.
Yeah.
How can we make this shit jump? Okay? We've been at this a long time. And I'm a very, very, very firm believer. I can tell 50 people I love you right now. They could all come in this room. I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But to me, it's the time I took to tell those people I love them.
Yeah.
Okay? So to me, I feel like if my time is given into it, I'm giving you nothing but love. That's already love. Because who else getting my time? You understand what I'm saying?
Time is too precious.
Come on. But so then now let me pose the question to you two, okay? Do you feel like if you, okay, I have my children relatively young, okay? Now, as my friends, you've had them later in your life, been there to see them all, right? Do you think that there's a difference, which I don't know if you can answer, but if you would have had your children sooner than you would now as far as this dating pool goes? Like, what do you think about that?
That's a good question.
Okay. And we ain't got to get too tip-top now. We on camera. But I'm just saying.
If I would have had kids younger, I was doing it by somebody else.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the person I have in mind, I'm not gonna say no name. Y'all know who
Heard.
Yeah, does he a little restless too? Like in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Realize it now that it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He probably tried to. I probably went through some stuff for custody, just like intimacy stuff.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So
differences,
the
right?
dating situation. I don't think been that petty kind of person for but then I've never had nobody around my kids. My mother always told me, her mother always told her, you got kids, that's fine. You can do what you want to do, you can date, but everybody's
What they say, mama's baby, papa's me. Now, granted, we know the daddy. The fact of it is, no matter what happens between the situationship, mama is on board.
Yeah.
No question. Continue. Because I felt that, okay?
So if my kids would stay, what? Because technically they would have been like 15, 16, 17, but older enough.
Okay,
You know,
okay,
at this point, right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Because I was like senior year, right after senior year, so they've been old enough.
so like
I don't know.
17, 18.
So it's like hard to think about, right?
They still have, because it's been so long. I've been in a relationship for like a minute, but like it's.
See, it's
lots
the
of
unknown,
that.
right? And what you think? What you think, Shani?
Well, I had my kids relatively young. Like I had 2 kids before I turned 20 years old. So, being with their father, even though he's not biologically like Zach's dad, he took both of them. He took Zachary Michael's definitely his. That's definitely his child. He get on my nerves. But anyway, so like, you know, he took them on, and I feel like our friendship as co-parents has grown so much. I can't see him romantically. But he indeed is my best friend, and he knows all the situationships that I done been in, because baby, I done been through some things.
Look, come on with the shout out, baby daddy.
I haven't had many relationships, but I've been through a whole bunch of situationships with some people.
Baby. Baby.
And he was kind of like my ear, like, you know, if I felt like I was doing too much, or maybe I really like this guy, but you know, he's doing this. Yeah. Like, yo, that man ain't for you. You know.
And baby daddy ain't the one to say it out of jealousy. He really baby daddy really keeping it real.
No, that part,
that's the one thing that I do appreciate our best relationship about our relationship, is because he has my best interest at heart. I feel like nowadays you don't really get people or men or significant others that really have your best interest at heart. You know, even like some of your male friends or opposite sex friends, for sure, they don't have your best interest at heart.
Right. To benefit them, want to get them.
Exactly. Right. Exactly.
Right.
So I think with him, he's just like, nah, stop wasting time. Even now, he like, bro, that's a fraud. Like, get out of there. But I think after I turned maybe 21, once I started driving buses,
okay.
I've noticed that I try to contain myself more as far as like dealing with these situationships. Like, you know, I was in a situationship for 3 years, and I knew I didn't want to like overreact.
Okay.
You touching you looking at some girl's nails. I'm not gonna, like, that's not a big deal. I'm not gonna trip over that. Like, oh, you gave this person a hug. It's just a hug, whatever. I'm not gonna trip over that. But I do have a little story for y'all. Story time. So there's a certain little dreadhead that I used to love, and this was not that long ago. Turns out
they can see this, Shandy.
And I don't care, because we ain't talking anymore.
Okay. We'll spill the tea. Are you getting this? Yeah.
Is the camera on? I was dating him for a little while, and
I'm her air porter.
I just so happened to post him on my Facebook story. So my cousin inboxed me like, hey, how you know him? Huh? She's like, give me a call. So I called her when I got back to the bus, whatever. She's like, yeah, we've been messing around for like 2 years.
Holy crow. Just so you guys know, this is our auntie time. A-U-N-T.
The auntie.
Oh, yeah. T-E-A. Okay, yeah.
Exclusivity.
Yes.
Yeah, so I'm like, what? And mind you, same time frame. I'm messing with him, she's messing with him. So at the times where it's like, he wouldn't answer the phone for me. I think I went by his house one day because I was drunk, and forgive me, mama and grandma. Yeah, I was knocking on his door like, your car outside? Open your door. What you doing? She was there.
Holy crow.
So I found that out. I happened to go to his went in his bathroom, use the bathroom, whatever. I saw a condom wrapper in the thing, and I'm like, we ain't even started that yet. What's this doing in your trash?
Yeah, I'm gonna sip with you. Here, cheers.
So like, that totally broke my heart, and it was, I think after that I was just like, nah, fuck this. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and like give you my time and my opinion, or anything like that. Like, I'm not gonna give you what you want me to give you, because that's it. And I think after that, I've just kind of been like, I know that took me time to like heal on my own, and where I got to a point where it's just like, I'm okay being by myself. So now when it comes to dating, it's like, you have to be worth that. Because like I don't have to be with you just because you think I'm cute, just because you like me.
That part.
Like I'm good and well being alone because I've been doing it for a minute.
See, and that I think that's where it comes to be. People don't realize, like, I put time into you. That's what I said. I could take back and I love you, or I can't stand you.
Yeah.
Right? You could take that back to 5 people in the next 5 seconds. But time, baby, you couldn't give me that back if you put it on a American Express. Okay.
Oh,
So I think that's what it comes to be. Dating is time. That's why people get upset. And I'm saying it on both the male and female because, listen, pregnant women, okay? But we be doing some shit.
Yeah, no, but you, no,
we be
yeah.
doing some shit.
And this ain't
I
nobody.
ain't even gonna put it out there because I ain't gonna
just
be
a
the
little
girl
bit.
code. But what I'm saying is, I feel like time is the part that gets missed, okay? Because like literally nobody can serve that to you with eggs and a piece of toast, okay?
yeah.
And nobody can give it to you with dessert. So I think dating just becomes to realize this is about my time.
Yeah.
And you can't give back to me. Whether we
Right.
have a great time or we have a horrible time, when
Yeah.
we go out, you can't give that back to me.
Yeah.
It comes down to though too, why people stay there longer than what they need to because of the time.
If you figure,
The comfort and
if I give you a year, not that that's nothing, but okay, I can get that back. I'm gonna
Yeah.
see what, you know what I'm saying, Gold Tooth Tim was talking about, you know what I'm saying? But after giving you 5 years,
Yeah.
I just might feel like I've given up. I just might feel like I'm stuck.
Yeah.
I mean, look, why do you think I was there 13 years?
Come on, man.
Y'all know the stories. Y'all know everything. 13
You know,
years.
I think that's a big prevalent of it. Like,
And like, honestly, you said, like, well, we have you, like, the kid, whatever the question was, like, honestly, I wouldn't change it. As much as I wish I had better baby fathers, as much as I wish I had help, I wouldn't change it because I wouldn't have my kids.
Yeah.
see, and that's
Like
different.
my magical, question, and if I could question or magical, if I could statement is, if I could change anything, I would have my kids later, have the same kids, and choose who I have them by.
Yeah.
They are great kids.
But I can't. But I can't. I can't do that. And because I can't do that, I have to accept the fact that I have to do it on my own. And I'm okay with that because they're my team. But at the same time, they shouldn't have to be.
that part.
You know.
They didn't want to leave that on them. They doing enough already being kids.
You know.
Yeah.
But but
Especially nowadays.
I wouldn't change my baby fathers because I can't change my kids. But honestly, I asked somebody this other day, and I know we about to, but I asked somebody, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to figure out what I did in my past life. Like,
'Cause
who I
baby,
was, what I did.
Well, see, that, you think about it, for real, it can't be nothing that bad, baby, because
You still doing it.
doing it.
Yeah. That's
So even if we say, I don't even want to say, because I would be remiss to believe that it would be anything different. I don't think
It was
did
God.
anything wrong.
No, it was meant to be. Like everything.
You're not bouncing from house to house. You're not in no shelters. You in school. You're working full time and a mother.
Come on.
Come on, baby.
I'm doing it. Okay, I digress. But
Yeah.
Oh, so I mean, like she said to our thing.
so no, that's what I'm saying. Like, what did I do to deserve the baby fathers that I have?
Actually, you probably didn't do
It's-
anything. You were probably who they needed.
Yeah.
And they didn't recognize that. But unfortunately, you got the bad end of the stick.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's look at it like that.
Yeah, but I
look at
also
it like
I
that,
also
period.
think that I'm really big on people like everything's happening for a reason. You needed them for your children. Because if you didn't have them, you wouldn't have your children.
Period.
And if they're in their lives or in your lives or not, you have them, and that's what matters the most. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So all in all, let me say, what's our takeaway from tonight?